Today is just the party to end all parties.
Happy birthday to you.
We're here, mate, for rock and roll. Rock and roll is the game, and that's the name.
Who have you come to see today?
Probably a bit of Kylie, Kate Sobrano, and Kenny X-Men.
I came to see Barnsey.
Barnsey rocks! It's time to be at the
So when you say or think the word mushroom, what images come up for you?
Well, initially I couldn't understand. I thought they were making fun of my haircut at first.
My first image is my mother signing my first recording contract with Mushroom because I was only 17.
They basically deported me. They sent the convicts here and then they sent Kylie Minogue back.
What do I think of? Magic.
I don't have the time to take it slow. Count 1 to 3 and here we go.
56 bands turned up to the world's biggest birthday bash.
A momentous occasion, yes, it is. All the thugs from the last 25 years in one place at one time.
I'm keen to be back at the 50 years. It's a bit like a school reunion, isn't it? 50 years of Mushroom.
This is probably the last gig I'll ever do.
Wouldn't it be ugly if everyone today decided to reform? There'd just be a lot of bad haircuts out there, a lot of bad fashion.
You know what they say about mushrooms. Were you ever kind of kept in the dark and fed bullshit along the way, do you think? Or
Constantly, yes. But only it was good for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was always a Michael Gudinski trait. They'll start feeding him the bullshit now.
There's no aphrodisiac like loneliness.
So now that Michael Gudinski sold Mushroom off to Murdoch, what does the next young music mogul need to follow in his footsteps?
Talent, determination, personality.
Enthusiasm.
Good acts.
Well, ears, I think.
Hi and welcome to This Is Your Life. Well, tonight's guest of honour has recorded and promoted some of the biggest names in music around the world. And he's now organising what for him is a lifelong dream, to stage a concert here at a packed out Melbourne cricket ground. And before he did all this, he was just the skinny son of a Russian migrant. Now at the moment we know he's arriving on the other side of the ground for what he thinks is a story to be done on this concert. But we've set the whole thing up. We're going to hide and then return for our sting.
We're rolling.
So Michael, how are you going to be feeling in 48 hours time?
Well, hopefully the weather will be a lot better and we'll be celebrating the concert of my lifetime.
How long has this taken you to put together?
Well, I guess we had the idea of doing a big concert for the start of the 25th anniversary, but we really couldn't get the sponsorship, so got the money to do it.
Michael Gudinski.
I told you I was too young for this. How could you do this to me? This is my first one. Welcome to the MPG.
Thank you for having us.
Barnes, are you?
No, we're not looking for Jimmy Barnes, we're looking for you. Yeah, well, you thought this was an interview for the Today Show?
Yeah, I did, you sneak.
Boy, are you a job.
Well, I started to get this, don't look around at the stage, he says. Right, that's my stage, I'll look at it if I like. Well done.
No worries, mate. You're going to have a great night.
I hope so, thank you. This is my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Gudinski. It's almost your own cheer squad up there, isn't it?
Go Saints!
Michael, please, why don't you take a seat? Michael Solomon Gudinski. Good Irish name. You were born in Melbourne on the 22nd of August 1952. You're the youngest of 3 children to Nina and Kuba, Russian migrants after the Second World War. You grow up in a very strict home in Caulfield. You're first regarded as a bit of a mummy's boy, and then as a 7-year-old showed quite a bit of entrepreneurial skill when it comes to being a car park attendant. Is that true, Michael?
2 bob a car, 8 cars in the backyard. No uniform, though.
And your dad knew?
Well, I didn't cut him in, no.
Now, by the time you're a teenager, your 2 great loves are Aussie rules football and music.
He entered the music business
just because of the girls.
It's 2 of your oldest school friends, Michael Olensky and Sam Roden. Now, Michael, it all started, did it because of girls?
Yes, Michael's real interest was always girls. He only admitted it recently.
Doctor, you can't give out confidential information.
He only admitted it recently, but it was girls that got him involved in music.
So did you know he would go as far? I mean, did you see that drive in him already at that age?
Yep. Yep. He just had a look in his eye and he meant
Forget the girls, I just didn't want to pay money to get into the dance. I thought we'd better run them, eh, Sam?
That's right.
which you ran with Michael, right? The dancers.
That's right. We started off the dancers, and remember we used to go down to St Kilda Beach and hand out the pamphlets. 10 cents discount if you come tonight, and first night we had 600 kids turn up to our dance. And
mostly girls?
Mostly girls, yeah. We did all right with the girls.
I was counting the money, he was counting the girls.
Was there lots of money?
There was lots of money. We had a good partnership.
Fellas, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Now, your flair for running these dances is obvious, and you're then offered a job with a band promoter. So at just 17, 3 months before your final high school exams, you actually accept the job. True?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Best thing I ever did. He talked me into it 3 times over.
The only trouble is, of course, your parents don't know, because they're overseas at the time. Your father returns and promptly throws you out of the house. Obviously very displeased.
But he did the right thing.
Did he?
Yep.
And from what I hear, your mother did the right thing too, huh? Feeding you.
Well, she wouldn't come to the apartment, which a friend of mine now actually owns, but we'd meet on the corner and she'd bring me chicken soup, yes.
By 18, you're managing nationally known bands with your own promotions company. In 1972, you stage managed the historic Sunbury Rock Festival. That same year, you form your own record company. You call it Mushroom Records. And Michael, you are now the ripe old age of 19.
We're on the prowl in the 70s.
From Skyhook's Red Simons and Old 55's Frank Holden.
It's right here.
The Red Skyhooks and Gudinski had quite a relationship and a partnership, didn't they?
Well, I first came across Michael in the early 70s. He was talent spotting around Melbourne pubs, and I suppose she must have gone home because he spotted the Skyhooks and signed us. And I've got great memories of those times. I mean, that time in far north Queensland with those girls, they said they'd been at a fancy dress party and that's why they were wearing school uniforms.
We've got a deal.
Remember those girls at the Mansell room? They had really big hands and feet.
I wouldn't keep on with this, Red, if I was you.
But Frank, Michael did have a unique way of signing people up, didn't he?
Well, what he'd do is he'd invite you to a big party at his house, right? And he'd say, come along and meet the Mushroom family. So you'd go along there. In my case, I was a fresh-faced young accountant, hadn't seen much of life, so I went along to the house, and there are all of my rock gods, the heroes of my youth, all there in various states of intoxication and various states of undress. And he'd say, do you want to be part of this? And you'd take one look and you'd go, well, yeah.
Good on you. Fellas, thanks very much for joining us.
And he saved me from accounting. Thank you, we'll never forget you.
He is a great dad and he's a great husband, and he always actually puts us first anyway, no matter how busy he is. So, you know, and I love him.
Please
It's been great, Michael.
That's great. Please take a seat. In 1980, you're 27 when you sign up Split Enz. Their album True Colours is your first international hit. Now, at home throughout the 80s, you have phenomenal success with Jojo Zepp and the Falcons, Jimmy Barnes, Hunters and Collectors, The Models, Kids in the Kitchen, The Shantuzis, Indecent Obsession, and Ian Moss, to name just a few of them. And then you discover one of the biggest Australian exports ever, Kylie Minogue.
Hi, Michael. Here I am in your fabulous boardroom. And I remember coming in here 11 years ago when Locomotion had just been released, which I know wasn't exactly your cup of tea and was very different from Mushroom in those days. So thank you for your faith and belief in me. And what, 13 or 14 million albums and about 14 million singles later, I think we did pretty well together. So congratulations. I'm sure everyone's going to miss you dearly, and I hope that we can keep in touch. Thank you very much. Lots of love.
Now, by 1990, you're certainly a force in Australian music. You launch, guide or promote some of our biggest names, and two of your stable of stars who are also very close family friends. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Diesel and Jimmy Barnes. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, mate.
Hi,
Nice
mate.
to see you.
You too, you too. So tell us about him.
What can I tell you? He's ridiculous, compulsive, obsessive, and they're just his good points. And he's exactly the same as me. Michael, when I left Cold Chisel in '83, I'd watched Michael's label, and I've been with this multinational label, and I'd seen Michael with these bands who he took and sort of nurtured, and it was the only person in the country that was getting bands and trying to make bands grow, as opposed to sort of milking them and taking what they could. So, when I went to, as soon as I left Cold Chisel, that was immediately, I wanted to go with Michael. And ever since then, he's, driven me nuts. We had a great time together.
But apart from your professional relationship, I mean, the families are very close, aren't they?
We're very close. Our children have grown up together. Susie's a dear friend of myself and Jane's, and and Mark and Jeppy as well. We're just a big family. Michael, I've been through all sorts of great times and hard times and all sorts, and Michael's been by my side every one of them, especially when it was harder. So he's a great man, good friend.
Diesel, how would you describe it?
Well, Michael has a very interesting phone technique, which I'm sure a few people can relate to. Or lack of technique, I should say. It's always like a race to see who can hang up first, but... I actually thought I had him. I thought I had him once. I rang him really early and woke him up in his hotel. I think he was in London. He seemed to be on the phone for a very long time, and I realised he'd actually fallen back to sleep.
Michael, are you there?
Well, at least he didn't hang up on you that time.
I got him that time. Yeah.
Guys, thanks very much for joining us. Much appreciated. Now, Michael, you also have a passion for sport, and one of your great personal achievements is your hole-in-one. And on the golf course that day, ladies and gentlemen, there were even witnesses. That's right, Glenn Wheatley and John Farnham.
I still don't think I can believe it. It was a pretty amazing shot.
Well, let me tell you the real truth. You totally overclubbed it. You used a 5-iron instead of a 7. If you'd have used the 7, you would have got in there correctly. The 5-iron, you had to land in the full, in the hole, and you did. If you had have missed it, you would have bounced over the clubhouse. You'd have never been there. It was a fluke.
That's true, because when Gudinski gets his 1 wood out, duck for cover. Because he sprays them all over the place. And they're not cheap up there. I mean, I reckon I was up there with him one time, and I reckon he had about $100 of the balls in the bush, and it's serious bush up there.
You can afford the $100 balls now,
yeah,
but
sure. Now
so it's okay. But Michael, we're pleased to be there for one of your lifetime ambitions. You did say it was one of 2. I'll let you tell what the other lifetime ambition was, but we were pleased to be part of it on that particular day. Have a great night.
Have a good night, mate. I'm not touching that other thing.
What is it, Michael?
Well, as a couple, we've got to win that Melbourne Cup, Frankie. Don't you worry. We're going to do it wherever you are, if you're here. And a #1 record in America. We've had a #2 with Kylie, but we've never had the big #1 in America. But we'll get there.
Okay.
This is my first life.
Now, apart from your golf, your other great pastime is horse racing, which you alluded to. You once co-owned Thoroughbred Frontier Boy, who sends this cheerio. sounded like one of your clients.
At least the horses can't talk back.
Now, here tonight are your racing buddies, trainer Lee Friedman, Frank Stavala, and your best mate, Lee Simon.
Can I put them on?
Lee Friedman, if we can start with you, just how successful was Frontier Boy?
Well, he was the first horse that we had for Michael and the guys, and yeah,
tell the truth. You threw it out.
Yeah, I did throw it out in the finish. Actually, I got thrown out, I think, but not by Michael.
Ran in the Melbourne Cup.
Ran the Melbourne Cup, won at St Ledger. Was quite a successful horse.
Hey, I didn't run in the Melbourne Cup. Can we get it right? It led round the turn.
That much. And Lee, of course, you were being Michael's best mate. See a very different side of him, don't you?
Yeah, I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows, like most people. Maybe Michael's a little bit more dramatic than most, but he's got a favourite saying, and that is, "You can stab me in the front, but never stab me in the back." And I think that sums up Michael's philosophy in life, both in business and also on the personal side. Respects loyalty and repays it generously.
Yeah, well said. Okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming in. And coming up after the break, a few more surprises for Michael Gudinski. But first, some international mates.
Michael, this is your life. How you doing, pal? Well, they asked me if I had some anecdotes or some stories about the times that we've spent in our lives, and so I was thinking about the 1987. I can't say that one on TV. How about? Remember the time 1990? Nah, I can't say that one either.
I hope you remember the time you invited the band and myself and the road crew over to your wonderful house, the country house. And you had this great couch that I just happened to lay down on. I was just going to stay there for a few seconds. And everybody had a great day, and they told me it was a great day, and I didn't know because I slept through the whole thing because I'd been with you the night before.
Hi, Michael. Congratulations on This Is Your Life. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but right now I'm on tour in the UK. Now, the last time we did the tour of Australia, it was fantastic, thanks to you. So hopefully the next time we do it, it'll be just as good. So my love to your wife, Sue, and again, all the best.
How about 1995? 1995, yes, that was the time. No, can't say any of those on TV, but what I can say is that every time I've been down in Australia, you've always made me feel welcome. I can honestly say you're one of my best friends down under, and thanks for being a great friend and making me a big star down there. This is your life. Cheers, buddy.
Next, Paul.
Welcome back to the life of manager and promoter Michael Gudinski. Michael, this year you sell your stake in Mushroom Records to Rupert Murdoch's News Corporation for millions of dollars. And for the first time in years, this allows you to slow down and spend more time with the family, particularly with your son Matt and daughter Kate. Here they are. How are we going? And Matt, tell us what makes you so proud of this bloke.
Well, it's just, I'm really proud of what he's achieved in the last 25 years, and now he's sold his stake in Mushroom Records, we can spend more time together. But I especially like the way he dresses up when we go out.
What? Hey, you share a passion with Dad too, don't you?
Yeah.
What is that?
I like singing.
And you want to go into the music industry too, huh?
Yeah.
Is Dad going to help you?
Yeah.
Yeah? What sort of a dad is he?
A cuddly one.
Cuddly one. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. Now, tonight wouldn't be the same, Michael, if we didn't have Guess Who.
I'm no saint.
But I am.
It's Molly Melldrum and, of course, St Kilda great Peter Spider Everett.
Take him out, son. We can do it.
Mole, if we can start with you, just give us your worst Gudinski story.
I can't, because basically Michael and I have had more dramas than Shakespeare and probably more laughs than Seinfeld. I mean, I could go through a lot of stories, him shoving my head in the microwave oven and my hat going off.
I couldn't close it. I tried.
But no, I'm going to be very nice tonight. I just want to say, because we really are like, you know, like Waddle Matthew and Jack Lemmon and Grumpy Old Men. I mean, it's just silly. I'll make up tonight. I love him as a friend.
Good on you.
I totally admire him for what he's done in this business, despite what Senator Alston may think. He's done an incredible amount for the Australian rock industry. And he is a wonderful dad and husband to Sue and to the kids. And I'll just simply say, I love you, mate.
Good on you.
No, I can hate you for the next 10 years.
You actually have aspirations to be a bit of a rock star yourself,
I did,
right?
actually. I wanted to speak to Mike about that because I've got my own song and
really?
Spider Dance. Have you ever done that?
Come on, Spider Dance.
I was there in '66. I want to be there. I want to be there again with you, mate.
No, so we brought you a present, the headband.
Yeah,
you can wear this, and this is for 99.
The Spider headband. And Michael, tonight would not be the same without our next surprise. She's there for you when you turn from boy to man. She's with your mum and dad, helping bring you up. Now, you might not have seen her for half your life, but she has been following every inch of your career for the past 25 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael's former nanny, Carmen Colombo.
Good on you.
So you haven't seen him since he was, what, 15?
Oh, about it.
And what
I didn't ring. I finally rang back. Good on you.
Well, yeah, it sounds like one of your return calls. What do you remember most about him?
He was lovely. Just beautiful.
You tell me the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And Carmen, you mentioned actually today that that Mr. Gudinski told you something just before he passed away.
He was so proud, Michael. So is your mom. You know that.
What did he tell you?
Last time I saw him, the last thing he said to me, Carmen, mark my words. You remember your father always said that? Mark my word, Carmen. Michael will be so big in music business. He'll be so big. So don't be regretful because they don't see you. They knew it.
Good.
They knew it.
Oh,
Really, you'll be so big. He'll be looking at you from there.
And very proud.
Very proud of you.
Yeah.
The both of them.
Good to see you. Carmen, thank you for
Glad to
joining
see
us.
you.
Thank you. Michael, for over 25 years, you help launch some of the biggest names we have in music in this country. And your take-no-prisoners attitude still manages to earn you the respect and loyalty in an industry which, let's face it, is pretty cutthroat. And of course, tonight wouldn't be the same if we didn't finish the show with a tribute song. And it's quite a trio. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Jack Jones, Diesel and Jimmy Barnes.
Everybody shake. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, yeah. Come on. Mary, Mary, you're on my mind. The folks are gone and the place will be mine. Oh, yeah. Mary, Mary, wanna be with you. This is what I'm gonna do. Well, to bring it home to you. Ah, yeah. 'Cause I feel good tonight. Everything is gonna be right, yeah. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. Rock and roll music gonna play all night. Come on, baby, it won't take long. Only take a minute just to sing my song, yeah. And Golden Maroon is gonna be with him. Now here comes. I said a long tall Sally gonna be with him, yeah. A sharp and Fanny gonna be there too, yeah. do. Well, I got to get a call to you. 'Cause I feel good tonight. Yeah. Oh, everything's gonna be right, 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 right. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. The rock and roll music gonna play all night. Come on, baby, it won't take long. Oh, only take a minute just to sing my song. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. Rock and roll music gonna play all night. Come on, baby, it won't take long.
When in Melbourne, our guests choose to stay at the Grand Hyatt.
Jimmy, mate. Michael Gudinski, this is your life.